The province's plan for explicit content in school libraries.
They've definitely created a situation that is going to cause a chilling effect within our schools in the fall.
Why teachers are concerned. More questions about security at Stampede as a video of an attack emerges. And brand new Canadians.
It's a new life from now, right? So it starts today, which is great.
A citizenship ceremony with the Stampede touch.
CTV Calgary, local breaking news with Ian White.
Good afternoon. The Alberta government has released clear guidance on what it expects to see regarding books in school libraries come the fall. A ministerial order signed by the Education Minister is aiming to ensure content is age-appropriate and free from explicit sexual material. The Education Minister says the new guidelines are not about banning books, but rather providing clear direction to school boards. The province defines explicit sexual content as containing a detailed and clear depiction of a sexual act, such as masturbation, genital contact, and penetration. Tyson Fedora is live from Centennial High School. And Tyson, although school is out for the summer, staff will not have much time to take these books off the shelves.
Ian, October 1st, that's the date the province has set for schools to remove any of those books that go against these new standards from their library bookshelves. But it's coming with no extra funding to do that extra work. Now, in May, the province did look at and identified 4 graphic coming-of-age novels found in Calgary and Edmonton public schools. The order stating that non-explicit sexual content may be accessible only to students in grade 10 and above, provided that it is age appropriate. This includes a depiction of sexual acts that is not detailed or clear. Students in grade 9, however, and younger are not allowed to access those types of materials. However, just because books are removed from library shelves, that does not stop teachers from using those books within their classes for teaching purposes. School boards must have publicly available policies made available by January the 1st. Alberta teachers say this is now adding to a rigorous workload to start a school year.
This ministerial order does nothing than add to teacher workload, politicize an issue, and target vulnerable kids. And so I'm not sure exactly what is the problem that government is looking to fix, but they've definitely created a situation that is going to cause a chilling effect within our schools in the fall.
Calgary's Board of Education says that it will read these new standards and go over them as they work towards getting set for the new school year. They will look at any adjustments that it needs to make to its current policies. We also reached out to the Catholic Board today. They say that they will follow these standards heading into the fall. Ian?
Thank you, Tyson. RCMP are releasing new details, including an image of the vehicle they say the body of 16-year-old Jordan Dynas was discovered in last week. On July 4th, the Calgary teen was found dead in a teal-colored 2009 Toyota Camry, which was abandoned 2 hours south of Calgary near the village of Glenwood. Mounties say the car was reported stolen earlier that morning. Dynas was last seen July 3rd at Chinook Centre and reported missing the day before. RCMP asked for information to determine what happened between that last sighting to when her body was found. Investigators have not released how the teen died. Police say a woman found dead in the community of Lower Mount Royal is no longer considered suspicious. Officers were called to the seniors' residence around 7 last night. An autopsy was completed today. Because it's not a criminal matter, police aren't releasing the cause of death. A Calgary man is recovering after a road rage incident between a driver and an e-bike rider. It happened around 7:30 Wednesday night in the southeast. Police say the e-bike rider cut off a vehicle near the intersection of 36th Street and 26th Avenue. Investigators say that led to a heated argument and then a fist fight. The 66-year-old driver was taken to hospital. The e-bike rider took off. Police are still looking for the suspect, who is described as an Indigenous man in his 40s, wearing a black jacket and blue sweatpants with white stripes. And police need help finding suspects in a serious assault. Just before midnight on Canada Day, police say two men chased another man in the 6400 block of Bowness Road Northwest. They kicked and hit the victim with an object until he was unconscious. The victim remains in serious life-altering condition. A Good Samaritan in this black GMC truck stopped and called 911. Police would like to talk to that witness and anyone else who saw anything. A warning, our next story contains a video that may be upsetting to some viewers. Police are still investigating a stabbing on the Stampede Midway Tuesday night. And while the Stampede says it has the same security measures, some guests say security now seems tighter. Alicia Fieldberg joins us from Stampede Park. And Alicia, what are people there saying?
Ian, people I spoke with say that security checks seem to be a bit more thorough than they were earlier in Stampede. Still quick, but maybe looking through bags a little bit longer, and a few more pat-downs since that incident on Tuesday night. A video, actually, that surfaced online shows a violent attack on the Stampede Midway. It was posted on social media, and now Calgary police believe it may be connected to Tuesday night's triple stabbing. The video is partially blurred because the people involved appear to be minors. The incident sent 3 teens to hospital with serious and life-threatening injuries. Police are unsure how the weapon used in the stabbing got onto the grounds. Now, officers are at every entry gate supporting Stampede security, who search belongings and screen attendees as they pass through metal detectors. Some people say security does seem more thorough since that stabbing happened.
But today they were much more on it. Like, they were definitely trying to get people, trying to basically check everybody properly before they let everybody in. So
I did make sure they had a thorough look, and also some of the people that actually had stuff in their bags, as long as fairly empty, they looked through and they made sure everything was legit, I guess. So I feel pretty safe.
Although the people I spoke with say they do feel safe, some say that growing attendance at Stampede is a concern. On Tuesday, when that incident happened, there was record attendance of over 193,000 people here. Days like today, when it's a bit cooler, there are usually smaller crowds, and then emergency crews and security teams can staff according to that. Ian?
It's like a city on its own. Thank you very much, Alicia. Pancakes are a Stampede staple, but a breakfast in Forest Lawn this morning went global.
1, 2, 3.
There was a lineup around the block for the 25th annual Best of the East Stampede Breakfast. It took place at Unity Park along 17th Avenue Southeast. Well, the breakfast does include pancakes. It also offers samplings of international dishes from different cultures, including East Indian, Mexican, Filipino, and Ethiopian foods. Organizers say it reflects and celebrates the neighborhood's diversity.
We're not just pancakes, we're kind of everything else. And because we're kind of a little village, we want people to experience what makes it unique. And so we had to put our own spin on it. And of course, we had to have food. And so that's kind of how it all came about. So we just love bringing people together, community connecting. It's just a great event.
There were also several performances and musical acts from a multitude of cultures on display. The event draws around 4,000 to 5,000 people every year. And that's one thing I've always liked about Stampede. It doesn't matter where you come from, anywhere in the world, people get involved. It's really cool to see.
And free food.
And the free food. Yeah, that too.
Was nice.
That too. You called for showers.
Yep.
And we got them.
And the cooler weather, hey? Yeah, we got that too. I mean, we did need a break from all the excessive heat that we were getting. This is our little break. And then temperatures will start to climb back again for tomorrow. So before we get to tomorrow, we're on a break right now, as I like to say, but you can see what's tracking down from the north. That's showers and non-severe thunderstorm activity. So we have the potential of seeing that. It's very likely we'll see a little bit of that in the city throughout the evening hours, and then things will clear out tomorrow. 15 degrees is the temperature at the moment. So we were just at 13 about half an hour ago, and now we're starting to climb because we're on a break and we're getting some sunshine. But as that wave rolls through in about an hour, that's when we'll start to drop again. We'll drop again for the overnight hours. Overnight dropping down to 9, and then we get to 12 in the morning hours. See a good amount of sunshine, a high of 26. All right. More details coming up, but your 24-hour forecast is brought to you by 5th Avenue Volkswagen, where you can win your ride. See dealer for details or visit 5thavvw.com.
Thank you, Danielle. Calgary's mountain biking community is fighting to conserve one of their favorite areas. Next, why they want the city to take a hands-off approach to the trails near Winsport. And bear warning why a campground in a national park is off limits. Also, if you have a news tip for us, text us at 10-400. The City of Calgary is looking for your opinion about its Medicine Hill-Paskapoo Slopes Regional Park Master Plan. Paskapoo Slopes is 105 hectares in size. It's immediately east of Winsport. 40 hectares of it is developed. It's what most of us know as Trinity Hills. The other 65 hectares is the Medicine Hill Regional Park. Tyler Barrow joins us from that area. Now, Tyler, cyclists are concerned about how the city's plans might affect them.
Ian, for mountain bikers, this area is a hidden gem just east of Winsport. Those we spoke with enjoy the rough, forested trails and don't want to lose them. The park is home to important archaeological and cultural sites, but it is also crisscrossed with trails popular with cyclists. In mid-June, the city started asking people what they want here in the future. Right now, the master plan seeks to balance 4 pillars: nature, culture, education, and together, essentially public enjoyment. A group of mountain bikers rallied yesterday, saying recreation in the area also needs to be prioritized.
A lot of us are concerned because the area has a deep history of mountain biking. Probably 3/4 of the trails were built by mountain bikers, but in the initial consultation, recreation isn't included as one of the pillars of values for the area, even though most of the people come out here to recreate.
Now, Ian, a spokesperson for the city, says recreation would fall under the Together pillar. Phase 1 of the engagement process runs until July 21st. The city anticipates it will have its master plan completed by next year.
And it is a beautiful area. Thank you very much, Tyler. 2 bear incidents in Yoho National Park have triggered warnings and shut 1 backcountry campground. On Monday, a black bear damaged an unoccupied tent at Tekaka Falls Campground. Officials say there were no attractants in the tent. A bear warning is now in effect. Another incident on Monday involved a black bear damaging a tent at Yoho Lake Backcountry Campground. That campground and connecting trails are now closed. Parks Canada says neither incident involved aggressive bears. They were just looking for food and have likely gained access to human food in the past. Bear traps have been set.
You gave me goosebumps, Ian.
Goosebumps about the bears?
Yeah.
Because you don't like them.
Well, they're fine. I just don't want to run into them ever.
Me too. I think they're beautiful. But anyway, you had mentioned earlier we were on a break, which made me think about Friends.
Yes.
And therefore, I didn't listen to anything you said about the weather.
Okay. I know. I got distracted by that as well. So, yes, we are on a short-term break. Short-term meaning half hour, 45 minutes, maybe an hour before we see the next wave of rain and maybe some embedded non-severe thunderstorms. So enjoy it. And, you know, the temperature is heating up a little bit. I mean, it's still quite cold for this time of year. 15 degrees right now at the airport, 17 downtown, 15 at Winsport and Bragg Creek, just 13 in Cochrane and 17 in Irricana. Get your daily dose of greens at Serenity Golf Club, just 20 minutes east of Calgary. Okay, and to show you, we slowed down, or we cooled down a little slower than some communities. So we had a bit of a cool down yesterday and then a further cool down today. We did get to about 15, 16 earlier. We're back to 15. Because now we have some sunshine, and then we'll drop again as that next wave of rainfall rolls in. But these areas, Lethbridge, Medicine Hat, Milk River, were in the 30s yesterday, at this time yesterday, and now just 12, 16. Wow. So it's definitely a cooler day overall. Mother Nature's giving us a break from all the excessive warmth we had earlier this week, and then the warmth will build back in again starting tomorrow. So rainfall to the south, and then you can see this little wave that's it's starting to track down towards Calgary. I'm going to advance this. These are non-severe thunderstorms. This isn't the intensity that we had yesterday, thank goodness, but it's just about to creep into Olds, Carstairs. You'll see some of this, mainly in the form of isolated rain, but we could see also some lightning strikes with this. So some embedded non-severe thunderstorms are definitely possible. Calgary, ETA, in about an hour, we'll likely see some of that roll back in. And then after that, we're stabilizing. Ridge of high pressure will build in. So this is a look at tomorrow. Lots of sunshine expected for us, and temperatures will be able to climb back into those 20s because of that. What you may notice is later in the day, closer to those upper hours, some clouds may build in. So there's that trough that impacted us, brought in some cooler air and all that instability, but we have this next ridge that will be moving in, and this will keep us stable up until about 4 p.m. on Sunday. So a nice weekend to wrap up Stampede. 26 degrees for tomorrow, mainly sunny skies, 28 for Saturday, and Sunday will still be a nice day and stable for the most part, and we'll get up to 27 because a lot of sunshine is expected throughout the day. But by 4 in the afternoon on Sunday, we get into the chance of showers, the risk of thunderstorm activity as a front will push through, and it will drop our daytime high on Monday to just 15 degrees once again.
Northern Alberta is now the hotspot for increasing measles cases. Of the 21 new confirmed cases in the province today, 19 are in the North Zone. Meanwhile, an Edmonton hospital is telling people not to enter the building if they think they have measles. Those arriving at the Grey Nuns Hospital now have to wait in their vehicles and are then sent to an ambulance bay to get checked. Covenant Health says it's a way to reduce exposure to other patients and emergency room visitors. Alberta has the largest number of measles cases per capita in North America. The province says it's not considering declaring a public health emergency because based on the current data, it's not warranted. Many of us here in the city may have complained at the time about that big rainfall in June, but on farms in southern Alberta, they rejoiced. Just ahead, how the farm forecast has turned around. Big takeover today that may impact some of the products in your pantry. Joining me is Robert Geary, investment advisor with the Popwich-Kermally Advisory Group. So, Robert, what happened in the markets today?
Well, it was a pretty good day here, Ian, and I think there was a lot of upward momentum from Delta Airlines reporting here earlier today, and they had an upbeat outlook, especially on international travel, business travel, looking forward. They're saying that, you know, kind of this Trump tariff kind of hangover, people are just kind of done with it and saying, hey, we're not waiting around anymore. We're just going to start booking flights. So they're seeing that. That had Delta stock up 12%. United was up as well. Air Canada was up. That rolled over to a lot of other travel stocks as well. S&P had an all-time high today, so a good day in the markets.
And cereal giant Kellogg will be bought out.
Yeah, this is an interesting one because WK Kellogg, they split off from their other snack brands a few years ago. So this is just the cereals. So Frosted Flakes and Fruit Loops, the major brands out of this one, getting bought out by Fiero. This is a private company out of Italy, Fiero Rocher, if you think about it, the nutty chocolate treats. So this is an interesting one. They're buying it out for $3.1 billion. The stock is trading slightly less than the share buyout at 23 a share. So I think there's a little bit of arbitrage into this if this deal will fully close or not. So, but it is close. So big deal. Are we going to see Nutella cereal or Ferrero Rocher in the future? We'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, interesting. Thanks very much.
Sounds good.
The number of non-residents arriving to Canada by land and air continues to decline. According to new data released by Statistics Canada, non-resident trips to Canada last month was 5.2 million, down 4% from June of last year. It's the 5th straight month of year-over-year declines. Also in June, the number of Canadian resident return trips by car from the U.S. totaled 1.3 million. That's a 33% decline compared to the same month last year. This also marked the 6th consecutive month of year-over-year declines. Overcrowding concerns at Stampede Park. Here's Tara Nelson with a look ahead to CTV News at 6.
Hi, Ian. Those concerns follow a triple stabbing earlier this week when there was a record-breaking crowd at the grounds. Earlier, we heard about enhanced security measures. Coming up at 6, the plan for responding to medical emergencies at Stampede Park. Also ahead, the province reveals new rules for the types of books that will be available in school libraries. Coming up, what a student advocacy group thinks of the new plan. Ian.
Thank you, Tara. Alberta farmers say the rainfall they got in June was a multi-million-dollar rain. It was one of the biggest rainfalls in years, and now the latest crop update from the province says close to 61% of crops in southern Alberta are now in good to excellent condition. After years of dry conditions, the moisture is a refreshing change.
Things have really turned around in the last few weeks, I would say, since we did get some moisture. The crops were kind of dry. Things were kind of hurting a little bit. Some of the earlier seeded stuff still suffered from lack of moisture, but anything that was seeded a little bit later or normal time, I would say, they look really good.
Environment and Climate Change Canada says the outlook for August is dry, but there could be some sporadic rainfall. The last weekend of Stampede looking pretty good. Right now in Calgary, it is partly cloudy and 15 degrees, a bit cooler today. Danielle has details just ahead. So temperatures returning to the mid-20s. That sounds pretty good for most people, right?
Yeah, and again, this next wave of warmth is not going to be as intense as the last one. So that's some good news. Some not too hot, not too cold stuff coming up here. Today, I would say it's too cold for the month of July. We only got up to 16, and that was at 5 a.m. We cooled throughout the day. We're now getting up to close to that again. We're at 15 at the moment. Looking at the next 3 days, we're good until about 4 in the afternoon on Sunday. Temperatures in those mid to high 20s. Ian?
Thank you, Danielle. There are 19 new Canadian citizens today, thanks to a citizenship ceremony hosted by the Calgary Stampede.
True patriot love in all of us command.
The event was held this morning at the Sam Centre. The immigrants came to Canada from 4 different countries. No matter where they came from, they're already proud to be Canadian.
So it was emotional for sure, but then it was, it's unbelievable that, the journey is finally over, and it's a new life from now, right? So it starts today, which is great.
We are finding for basically a better future, and where there's a peaceful world and there is no VIP culture. So that was a beautiful thing which convinced us to be here in Canada.
Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Minister Lena Metledge-Diab was involved in the ceremony, along with Calgary Mayor Jyoti Gondek, who immigrated to Canada from England with her family in 1973. Thank you for joining us. Now here's the early edition of the CTV National News.